All right, ladies and gentlemen, bass players around the world, bass players in Michigan, and Detroit bass players, welcome to the BASSmint. That's BASSmint. And we got with us, tell us your name, sir.
Name is Tate.
Tate, one of Detroit's finest bass players hanging out with us in the BASSmint, man. Welcome to the BASSmint, brother.
Thanks for having me, man. Glad I can finally make it.
Yeah, oh man. I got some questions I need to ask you, man. I got a whole bunch of questions I want to ask you. Not that many, but a whole bunch. And and hopefully some of the other panel that we got in here chime in. We got with us in the BASSmint. Tell us your name, sir.
John Rose.
John Rose. That's the father of the bass phenom, the youngster, Brandon Rose. We get to him in a second. We also got with us. Tell us your name, sir.
Kern Bradley.
Kern Bradley. If y'all don't know who this is who I call him a heavy hitter, and they don't get no bigger. Kern Bradley, the dude to be playing with everybody, all over the world, all over the world with some of everybody, man. Y'all got to look Kern Bradley up. Serious business. Or is it Lennar?
Well, it depends.
Check them out.
It depends.
All right. Also, we got with us. Tell us your name.
Julianne Muir.
Julianne Muir. That's a mom of one of our other bass players we're going to get to in a second. And then sitting over there in the cut, my man Brandon Rose, the killer bassist. Can't wait to get an interview with him. Also, another killer bassist who we just did an interview. Just posted an interview with last night. What's your name?
My name is Sage Earl.
Sage Earl. Y'all gotta go check out Sage Earl on Facebook. It's Sage Bass Chick. Check her out. She got her own music page, and I hope y'all enjoy that. We also have with us another bass player,
Mo Hughes.
Mo Hughes. Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, I do.
You do? You have a YouTube page?
No YouTube page.
But you watched YouTube though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought I saw you watching me on YouTube once. We also have a Detroit bass player and alumni in the BASSmint. Tell us your name.
Jonathan Mirkan.
Man, we're gonna talk to him in a minute. And we got some other people here. Tell us your name, sir.
Tom Earl.
Tom Earl. That's the dad of Sage, the bass chick. And who else we got there?
Reginald Canty.
Reginald Canty is our gracious host. For y'all don't know, this is his basement. This is his electricity, and and we really appreciate. it. You know, I appreciate it so much, bro. Thank you very much, y'all. Those are hints for donations for Reggie's Electricity. or somebody come and ride that bike that we use for the generator.
Right outside.
The generator outside, yeah. Somebody come and pedal it for us.
Okay, all right.
And we also have another BASSmint alumni. Tell us your name.
Adam Brode.
Adam, bro, how you doing, bro? It's been a long time. Last time I saw you was on stage with Michael Henderson, man.
All right.
Yeah, since the interview, that's awesome, bro. Thanks a lot
Thank you.
for coming. All of y'all, thanks for coming. If you have some questions for this fine bassist, please chime in. Ed, man, I've been trying to get you in this basement for 2 years.
It's been a long time, man. Just glad I could finally make it.
See, I got patience, bro.
You know, when work calls, you gotta follow it. You know?
Every time somebody say I can't make it because I got a gig, I'm like happy, you know? Kind of happy.
Good to work.
Yeah.
Very good to work.
Okay, so my first question to you is, when did you start playing the bass and why?
I started playing bass when I was 17. I've been a member at Greater Grace Temple in Detroit ever since I was like 2 years old. My family started going there. So at the time, Fred Hammond was the bass player there. He was one of the bass players. And I always got to see Fred every Sunday do his thing, and it was just awesome. It was absolutely amazing. So one day I was like, you know what? I want to do that. So I went home and I asked my parents, I was like, can I get a bass for my birthday? So they went out and bought me a 4-string Ibanez. It was a precision style bass. That was my very first bass, and I loved it. I played the heck out of it. When I first started playing, I didn't know how to tune it. I had it tuned like, God, what was it? It wasn't even in fourths. It was, my octaves were straight across, whatever that equates to. So about a year in, I learned how to actually tune it, and then I was on my way. Yeah, I've always loved it, and from there, you know, just picked up bass after bass, you know.
Okay, so when you started playing at 17, when did you start getting to play with other musicians at 17 as well, at church? Well,
yeah, I started off like my first couple of years, I was just, you know, playing at church, trying to, you know, learn. And a group of my friends started a gospel group right around when I was about 19. And we started, you know, going to different churches around the city, playing a few songs. From there, you know, I just got to meet more and more people. And eventually, you know, I found myself starting to get into the jazz scene around the city a little bit more. So one of the people that I worked with at the church, he actually worked with Norma Jean Bell. He was her drummer, a guy named Keith Gardner. So Keith recommended me to fill in for Mike Harrington.
another Detroit bass player.
Right. Mike was playing for Norma Jean, so he had something else going on. So filled in for him with her a few times. And you know, from there, just, you know, it just kind of blossomed, and I got to meet more and more people.
Well, tell us some of the people you've been playing with since you was 19.
Oh man, just a small number of people, you know, not too many. I played with Tim Bowman. I played with Randy Scott. He's a sax player from around the city. I played with, currently I play with Jerry Ross Band. They're like one of the kind of big entertainment bands, do weddings, receptions and all that kind of stuff, corporate events. Played with a guy named Phil Denny, he's a sax player from Lansing. Played with Greater Grace still. I'm still there every week. And, you know, a few other people here and there just to fill out my schedule. Keep the bills paid.
Right. Yeah, we was just talking about getting the bills paid. So that's what you do, man. You get to play that bass all the time, right?
Yeah.
No.
Hopefully it'll be a little bit more now that summer is coming back. You know, the first few months of the year was kind of slow, but, you know, try to stay as busy as I can.
Okay, what kind of bass is that, man?
This is a Warwick. This is the Corvette Standard, I think.
They got so many different kinds.
Yeah, this is one of the Chinese made ones. This ain't the real German one like I want. That's a lot of money. I ain't got it like that yet, but you know, one of these days.
That's funny. He's like, this is Chinese. This ain't the real German one. I thought you were gonna say USA. You like the real German one, but yeah, Warwick is a German company, isn't it?
Right.
Okay. Well, you got any other bases besides that one?
No, right now this is the only one.
Is it active?
Yes.
Is it passive?
Just active.
What if that's your only base? What if the battery go out on you? What you gonna
I'm
do?
screwed.
Yes.
And that has happened to me
Yes.
before. In the middle of a gig.
You had to have time to change your battery, but it don't take that long. How long you think it take to change your battery in the middle of a gig?
No, just a minute.
Long
Make sure they
enough
don't have any screws.
If you got it on you.
Oh,
Right, exactly. Fortunately, when it happened to me, I did have an extra one, so just pop that cover open about a minute.
Folks, very important. Take 9-volt, at least 2 9-volt batteries with you.
Absolutely.
If you have an active base and it don't have a passive bypass or whatever they call it.
Absolutely.
Take batteries with you. Do not want that to happen, right?
Or else you will be sounding like Jimi Hendrix for the rest of the night.
Dig, man. I did not want to keep you, but I did want to ask you a couple of questions. Like for instance, if I wanted to see you play, I've seen you play on a computer. I've seen some great bass solos and stuff like that, and like you be traveling all over the place. When you play with Phil, right?
Right.
So if I wanted to keep up with you, how would I go about doing that? You got like a Facebook or website or what?
Well, I am on Facebook. I don't have a website of my own right now, but I try to as much as I can, you know, kind of update my Facebook page with what's going on. So usually like, say like a week before the gig, I'll kind of put a post out there saying that we're going to be here, you know, we're going to be there at this time or whatever. I do need to get a website. That's a great idea.
Okay, and sometimes when people watch episodes of these YouTubes that we have, Detroit bass players in the basement, by the way, which is in over 170 countries right now with over 500,000 views, and with Sage at this post of hers, we'd probably be up to 600,000 in a day or two. What they do is they say, hey man, I want to hear him play more. Why are you always talking and stuff? I was like, how could I see you? You got stuff on YouTube so I can watch you play so they can quit get mad at me for talking all the time?
I have a few videos out there. Best way to find them would probably be to just search Phil Denny. At this point, I think that's pretty much all I have on Facebook is, you know, or YouTube and stuff with Phil. Just type in Phil Denny live maybe or something like that, and you should be able to find something with me on there.
So we got Ed Tate on Facebook, and if we want to see Ed Tate on bass, I'm thinking you might be able to just throw Ed Tate on YouTube too, just to see what happens. I done put my name in there a couple of times.
Just come up.
Don't let it come up.
Nah.
I done put my name on there a couple of times and stuff come up. So if not Ed Tate on YouTube, try Phil Denning, right?
Or you can try Greater Grace Temple.
Or Greater Grace Temple. I done
They
asked.
usually have a lot of stuff on.
I always ask people, I'm like, who's that playing the bass there? And nobody would ever tell me. And now here you are talking about, it's me. Seriously, man. Who are some of your favorite bass guitar people or musicians and stuff like that?
Oh man, there's a lot of them, man. Right now, I'm really digging Hadrian Farrar.
Oh yeah.
That guy
Does he have a beard? Like kind of heavy set?
No.
Not really, no, he's kind of
Oh.
skinny.
Okay.
You probably
There's
think
this one guy.
about
He is so funny. I love that guy, whoever he is.
Oh man, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
He's
about.
really good. Like, he'll joke around, and then he'll just play the most amazing thing ever, and then he'll joke around some more.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Matter of fact, him and Hadrian did a couple videos.
Did
yeah.
you?
Oh, that's why I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I can't. His name is.
It's just Italian or something, right?
Yep.
Or Portuguese
So
or something.
funny. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Italian dude.
So yeah, Hadrian, Marcus, of course.
Marcus
Who
Miller.
doesn't love Marcus Miller? Mark King has always been a favorite.
Level 42 from the
Yes.
UK.
Yeah, I've been following that guy ever since I started. God, who else do I like? Victor.
Victor Wilton. Or Victor Bailey. Or.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. Oh man, Jocko, of course. I'm a big Motown fan, so Jamerson, of course. And you know, with the gigs that I do with Jerry Ross Band, we do a lot of Motown music, so I definitely dig his style and what he did, and I try to emulate it as best as I can. So yeah, that's just a few, man. I could keep going on.
Right. We all could, and 50% of them we don't even know their names. We just know we heard it, and don't even know who it was. You know.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't want to keep you, but in case somebody else has some questions, because some people don't like me talking all the time, so I don't want to know. Anybody else got any questions for this fine bassist?
Your motivation in playing bass and your favorite song to play.
Okay, motivation. Motivation for me is definitely the love of bass, the love of music, period. I've always, even before I started playing bass, I was one who kind of really admired all the subtle nuances in music, especially, you know, the way they were recorded and things like that. So it's just an overall love of music, period. I can't even say that it's a love of bass so much as it is the way that each instrument interacts with each other and creates this whole that we listen to when we listen to music. So definitely just the love of the art. You said favorite song?
To play.
Oh man. I actually like Dream Theater. I love Dream Theater.
With the Asian guy who played, what's his name?
John Mayon.
Yeah, John Mayon, yeah.
Yeah. I love Dream Theater, and probably the song that they do that just really gets me going every time is Pull Me Under is a great one. That was like probably the biggest song. The 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence record. Just that whole record. If you've ever heard that, man, I can play that. He knows about it. That record just, I mean, I can like take a road trip and just listen to that like any day. And it just does something for me. They're a heavy band, but they can go like pretty much any direction. So that would definitely be one on my playlist.
Any other questions, folks?
I have a question. When you go out, can you play a little bit of that? I don't really. Because I've never heard Dream Theater, and so many people have asked me if I had.
You gotta check them out.
I do.
Yeah, but that's
Is it just crazy? Like, I mean, what's the bass playing like?
The bass playing is, you know, it's very. I don't know, how do I put it? He holds it down. I mean, it's not too flashy, but within the context of that kind of music, he really does an amazing job. It's progressive rock, so if you can think of like Yes on steroids.
I can think of that, yeah.
That's probably Dream Theater.
All right.
They're one of those bands that I really never really attempt to sit down and learn how to play their music. Though.
Right.
So, you know, when you say, can you play it? It's like, no. I don't even try.
Right on.
It's just to be appreciated. You know?
Music appreciation.
Definitely.
Anybody else?
I see those things on different bass players' neck and headstock right there. What is that, and what's that for?
This is a fret wrap This one is made by Groove Gear, and the purpose of it is to basically dampen your strings.
Oh.
So if you, I keep it down here unless I really need it. So if you bring it down here and you want to do some stuff up here,
I definitely need one of those.
Well, let me hear what.
Can you do it without?
it keeps your strings.
Let me hear what it sounds like without the dampening.
Yeah, very subtle. Yeah.
So it's, you know, if you want to be super clean while you're doing something, especially like tapping, like versus like,
Yeah, you can hear that rumble.
it kind of keeps everything quiet.
Do you ever use like a palm mute or like a left hand mute?
Like this.
Yeah.
I usually do this kind of technique, like if I want that.
What's that?
Every now and then I'll mute with my left hand as well, but mostly the right. I'll use the edge of my hand
There you go.
to kind of mute the strings and just play like this.
Just joining us here, we have with us. Tell us your name, sir.
My name is John Sargent.
John Sargent, one of our favorite people to come and hang out with us in the basement, and he always accompanies us with his guitar. But you brought a bass with you this time, right?
Yeah, I got my guitar too, but I brought a bass.
Okay. Welcome to the basement.
Thank you.
All right, so we was talking about, what was we talking about?
I forgot.
Oh, muting. Yeah.
Yeah,
We asked you about palm muting. So my technique is usually when I want to do that, I'll use the edge of this hand
Okay.
and kind of place it right here, and I usually do kind of a thumb.
So you just do the thumb pick. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
You know, that's funny too. By all of us being from Detroit, all of these Detroit bass players, pros and Joes, and a lot of us use that technique of palm muting, where when James Jameson didn't do it that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He just
One finger.
yeah. I think he did it off of this hand, kind of off of the fret hand,
Right.
which is the left hand for most of us. You know, that's kind of weird how that happens.
Just
It's a
lift
different.
early.
Yeah, it's a different sound both either way.
Yeah.
I just
lift-
found, go ahead. Sorry.
Just lifting the finger early and just cutting the note off.
No, it's like you're muting. So here's your note, and then you're just barely touching it.
Oh,
With
okay,
your
almost
index
like
finger.
a capo, like okay.
Yeah. And it's, you know what I just found out is that it's the way Rocco Priesta gets his sound. That percussive, like da, 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 you know, like yeah. I just saw because Lamont taught it to me. You know, and so and it took me a while to get, and once I started getting it, I was like, oh, that's how he gets that tone.
Lamont who?
Lamont Johnson.
Oh,
Man.
one of Detroit's
Yeah,
finest
no,
bass
he's
players.
an amazing teacher and
Okay.
bass player. But he taught me that, and then I was watching Rocco one time.
Like that, I guess.
Yeah, and that was his tone. It was like he was doing it too. I've never seen anyone else do that.
Okay. You know what? I guess as bass players, and we don't have teachers and we want their sound, we figure it out. And 9 times out of 10, you can have 9 or 10 different ways to accomplish the same thing. Because I'm, as far as what they call closed harmonics, I stick my, how do I do that? Oh yeah, I stick my first finger on the note, and then I play with my thumb. I play it.
Oh, I got
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And come to find out, everybody else uses their thumb to dead the string, and then
Kinda
use
like
the
this.
yeah. See, I had to figure it out on my own. Yeah.
And I like
Whatever
teach
works.
like a guitar pick.
Yeah.
Because I learned it on
Figure
guitar
out how
first.
much.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of like
I'm still trying to figure out that touch to get that and be able to play all of it.
yeah.
Because Portrait of Tracy is one of my favorite
Oh
songs.
man.
Well, now
And
Jocko
I
did the
can
12
just, I can
fingers
just fret that.
fret stretch. He would make an octave, like with his hand. Like he'd do it like this. He'd pick it and then he'd do the octave with his index finger, and that's how he got perfect harmonics every time.
Have you ever seen him do his hands?
Oh yeah, his hands were like
His hands was humongous.
yeah.
That's probably was why he was able to do a lot of what he did.
His
Because he had
hands
those.
was huge.
There's a picture of his thumb. He had his thumbs like this,
Oh yeah, double
but
jointed.
they were like coming out like that. Seriously, his hands, it's like Jocko was double jointed or something.
No, you know who else's thumb is? 3 people's thumbs are deformed like that, and I believe it's because they just never stop playing the bass. That's Larry Graham's thumb has been like that, and Verdine White's thumb has been like that, and Jocko's thumb. Those are the only 3 people I saw that they thumb
In
is
the
like.
picture he did, it looked like dog ears going out. It was
Yeah,
strange,
both of
but
them,
they
yeah.
were like really long.
Yeah.
You know,
Kurt, you got that going on?
No.
Okay.
I play very short notes.
There you go.
All right, man. Well, we ain't really want to keep you, but we did want to ask you some questions. So, anybody have any questions for this fine bassist? If not, I'll edit it. I won't even ask it because I don't want to look like nah.
Like, next.
You know what I'm
Next
saying?
person up here.
I always edit it so it does. I didn't used to though. I used to ask. I like, anybody have any questions for this bass player? And then nobody say nothing. I would leave that on there, and then it hit me later. I can just take that off, and then they'll never know, right?
Right.
well, I'm gonna ask one. Just what strings and what size do you use?
This set is what did I put on here last?
I love it. That's cool.
Let's see, it was
So
10
many-
years ago, and where was it?
Yeah, really.
This
They got notches up underneath from the frets. You know?
Yeah.
I forget what kind of.
These are Diodario nickels. Oh man, I can't remember the name of them. They're 45 gauge.
45 to like
105.
130.
He got a B string, folks.
Okay.
Yeah, these are Diodarios. I had to think about it because I've been kind of bouncing
That's all they use.
around trying some new things. I tried some Dunlops. Those were pretty good too. And I tried some GHSs. So I'm kind of trying to find my home on strings right now. But Diodarios I've been using quite a bit over the years.
Which ones responded, I guess, with your rig, your setup?
Definitely the nickels.
Okay.
Because I like the steels, but they tend to be a little bright for what I do. So I like a little bit of top end, but not too much. So I tend to go for the nickels.
Okay, so man, so what you got coming up, man? What's going on? What you got coming up?
Oh man,
What you like to do? You know, what's going on?
I have summer's coming, so the smooth jazz season is about to kick in. So I got a few things coming up with Phil Denny. Jerry Ross Band is going to take up most of my time. We do mostly kind of private events, wedding receptions, corporate events, and stuff like that. We do maybe 1 or 2 open to the public events per year. So I'll definitely update my Facebook page when those come up. And that's pretty much it. The Greater Grace thing is still going to be going on for the foreseeable future. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully get out of the country again soon. Work on filling up that passport. Stand over here.
Yeah, folks, y'all got to check out the Karen Brantley interview we just did with him. Check it out on the YouTube channel, Detroit Bass Players in the Basement. Okay, man. Well, I ain't want to keep you, man. So, could you just play us out, man, so we can let you go? That's the only way you're getting out of here, bro.
All right, I'll get a little something.
I cannot do that to save my life. Yeah.
and gentlemen, Mr. Ed Tate, Detroit bass player. Ed Tate.